Hello guys, so this is how it looks. 3-inch maptun downpipe is actually fitted now, and everything is coming together rather nicely. Just had to cut the rest of the old exhaust off. You see, from the middle of the car and back, and give room for the rest of it. This is the Siemens 2.5-inch exhaust. Not that big, but it will flow enough. It's a daily driver at least, so I don't want it to be so damn loud and drony. It's a wagon after all. Gotta hold my daughter and wife in it. Quite unfortunate though, I did only get 2 bolts with it. I need at least 2 more, but I hopefully have some laying around in my old stash at my parents' house. Oh yeah, since I have oh, the camera is fucking with me. Since I have a number 6 housing now, max board number 6 housing now on the turbo, I actually had to buy a Mambatek wastegate actuator. So that one is fitted with a 11 psi spring or 0.8 bars. That's also because the larger, I actually poured up the wastegate hole, so there is more surface area of the wastegate flap that is available for the manifold pressure, so it will with the same pressure actually it gets much you see, I still have the same pressure in the manifold but more surface area, so it means it's still gonna open earlier as more pressure over a greater area is stronger, which is quite obvious. But I really like this maptun, bolt-on maptun downpipe. Actually quite nice. Long sweeping bends and everything. This is something I noticed. Really short downpipe cone. That's actually gonna promote a lot of flow, as the on these TD04s with sub flange, this old sub flange, the bottleneck is actually right here at the very outlet. And I poured it like hell. I will add some pictures in the end of the video of the pouring of everything, the manifold and the turbine housing. Actually not a single bolt-on downpipe I've seen has been looking this good. So props to Maptunes, to the downpipe, which looks really nice and probably flows really well as well. Only thing I dislike is that it's not a race catalytic converter on it. It's actually a 200 cell sports catalytic I cannot even talk. I'm not gonna pronounce it anyway. Well, you get the point. So it's a little bit less flow right there, but it's good up for like 400 horsepower at least. Then we have these injectors. I'm actually gonna have to give a tiny external clean at the very nozzle tip, spray end. That's the E85 that actually clogs them up. It's Swedish E85 has this food coloring in it, so not some dumb fucks will drink it, but it has some bad effects on the fuel system. Without it, it would be like running E85 cars there would be no problems at all, to be honest. That's the only thing that's causing problems. I also had to go through some excessive cleaning of the head. The exhaust ports where the oil from the fourth cylinder had, as it didn't burn, it just squirted out in the manifold and port and everything, and burned to the head. I had to actually put the chamber in acid, drench it in acid and everything, and use a dish brush and everything, and spray out the whole head, and basically clean the whole thing. Also the intake ports due to the E85 food coloring, that shitty red color food coloring. So also now it has some T5 cams in it. Helped bring up the RPM a little bit to 6,000 RPM at least, so the power band doesn't die off immediately. Yeah. Also, I have this one here. This is the new intercooler. It's a second-hand one, but it's good enough. It will be a lot better than the stock one. Flow much more. I have flushed it with alcohol and everything. Clean up some old oil and stuff that was in it. Currently stock one is in. It probably wouldn't like the boost I'm about to run anyway. Probably looking at like 1.8 bars of boost. That's like 27-28 psi, I believe. Maybe a little bit less, I don't know. Should probably bring up the horsepower to like 360 horsepower maybe. Actually, since this is a 2.3 liter and it has poured manifold and a larger housing, it should be possible. As a friend of mine actually pushed the 2 liter and a completely stock manifold and the number 5 housing. He actually managed to push like 340 horsepower out of it. I believe it was like 1.9 bars or something. it was even unported turbine housing as well, so it choked up quite well. I don't believe it actually was a T7 car either. These cylinder heads flow a little bit more. So I believe I can be on the edge of this clutch, so I have to keep the torque down. Maximum 500 newtons. I cannot go above that. And power band has to be after from like 4,000 RPMs and upwards. I don't believe the stock. These come with the stock Aero clutch, 9.5 Aero clutch, 240 millimeters clutch. I don't know. I believe people have like used them to 540 newton meters, but I don't really trust that. The tolerance width of these clutches is too large, so some can hold that and some can hold less than 500 newtons. But working like operating regular operating range is like 450 newton meters, so gotta be cautious about that. Oh, actually, when this car is out tomorrow, I have to wait tomorrow to cut the rest of the exhaust. Otherwise the neighbors will be probably a little bit mad, as it will be quite loud. And there's not much insulation in this garage. It's only cement walls and those two garage doors and these windows. Yeah, it's like 11 o'clock at night, so rather not do some stupid noises, since I'm new in this neighborhood. So yeah, after that, tomorrow when I got this car started and slightly retuned and everything, the Red 93, the race build, will enter the garage, and I will actually start stripping it down and cutting the front end up of it, reinforce and everything, remove all the interior, strip the vacuum clock, or what it's called, vacuum drum, I mean brake drum, and everything from the engine bay, electrical wiring and so on, interior, making it a race car, of course. And actually I'm also gonna take off the subframe. I'm gonna take it to work and actually make a 3D, make a CAD of it, and 3D scan it or use the absolute measuring arm and measure all the important points out, and I'm actually gonna fabric a new one in probably chromoly tubing, new subframe, because I need to keep the front end in order. It's too loose on the those old 9.3s. The rear section of the like where it's like back there on those, the where the engine mount sits, the 700 horsepower engine actually bent it like a banana under full power, so the engine mount got slightly crooked, and it's a like semi solid engine mount, rear engine mount, race engine mount in stainless steel, and it actually got bent. So, and I also noticed that it was in the direction of the how the subframe would bend if it was actually bending under the force of the engine. So I got some fabricating to do. It's like I would probably have like 400 horsepower extra. So I've got to make something really sturdy. Basically half the car will be tube chassis probably, but keeping the stock struts and everything, as to keep it within the drag racing classes and everything. I cannot change too much, but also gotta keep the safety on point, make it strong enough. After all, I'm going to try and break some world records with it. The standing mile world record with front wheel drive. So yeah, 350 kilometers per hour in a fucking Saab. And I want to survive if I roll it over. So the car has to be strong. So yeah, this is the end of the video. I will put the picture up for the port job and everything of the manifold and turbine housing now in the end, and I will continue to make a new video tomorrow, probably, if I have time. And yeah, see you guys.